Hagia Sophia, Istanbul, Turkey. Location: city, Istanbul, Turkey. District, Fatih, in the Sultanate Historic Peninsula area. Exact spot, Sultanate Square, directly across from the Blue Mosque, Sultanate Mosque, and near Topkapi Palace. Geographical setting: overlooks the Golden Horn and Bosporus Strait. At the strategic point where Europe meets Asia. Importance: religious importance. Originally the main cathedral of the Byzantine Empire and seat of the Ecumenical Patriarch of Constantinople. Later the Imperial Mosque of the Ottoman Empire. Today a mosque again, and one of Islam's most iconic prayer sites. Architectural significance: regarded as the pinnacle of Byzantine architecture. Its massive dome was an engineering marvel of the 6th century, influencing church and mosque designs for centuries. Cultural importance: represents a fusion of Christian and Islamic heritage. Houses, mosaics, calligraphy, and architectural elements from both religions. Symbolizes the continuity of civilizations. Roman gives Byzantine, gives Ottoman, gives Turkish Republic. Tourism and UNESCO recognition. Part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site. Historic areas of Istanbul. Scenes 1985. One of the most visited landmarks in Turkey. Symbolic importance: a bridge between East and West, Europe and Asia, Christianity and Islam. Considered a world monument of tolerance, dialogue, and shared human heritage. Historical background: 1. Early constructions before 530 to CE. The current Hagia Sophia is actually the third church built on the same site. First church, 360 CE, built by Emperor Constantius II, son of Constantine the Great, known as the Great Church. It was destroyed during riots in 404 CE. Second church, 415 CE, rebuilt by Emperor Theodosius II, but burned down in the Nika Revolt of 532 CE2. Emperor Justinian I and the Great Project, 532-537 CE. After the Nika Revolt, Emperor Justinian I ordered the construction of a magnificent new basilica. Architect Anthemius of Tralles, a mathematician. Isidore of Miletus, a physicist, engineer. Construction began in 530 to CE and completed in 537 CE, only 5 years. An incredible achievement for the time. Justinian reportedly exclaimed upon completion, "Solomon, I have surpassed you," comparing his church to Solomon's temple. 3. Byzantine era 53714-53 CE. Served as the Cathedral of Constantinople for nearly 1,000 years. Seat of the Ecumenical Patriarch, making it the most important church of Eastern Orthodox Christianity. Hosted major imperial ceremonies such as coronations of Byzantine emperors. Survived several earthquakes. The dome collapsed and was rebuilt multiple times, notably in 558, 989, and 1346. Famous for its golden mosaics depicting Christ, Virgin Mary, saints, and emperors. 4. Ottoman conquest and conversion 145-319-35. In 1453, Sultan Mehmed II Mehmed the Conqueror captured Constantinople, now Istanbul. Hagia Sophia was converted into a mosque the same year. Additions during Ottoman rule: mihrab, prayer niche facing Mecca, minbar, pulpit for minarets, added gradually Islamic calligraphy, medallions with names of Allah, Prophet Muhammad, and the caliphs. Became one of the great mosques of the Ottoman Empire, inspiring later mosques like the Sulaimani Mosque and Blue Mosque. 5. Republic of Turkey and Museum era 1935 to 2020. In 1935, under Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, founder of modern Turkey, Hagia Sophia was secularized and turned into a museum. Restorations uncovered. Christian mosaics hidden under plaster became a symbol of cultural heritage and secularism, attracted millions of visitors from around the world. 6. Reconversion to mosque 2020. Present. In July 2020, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan announced Hagia Sophia's reconversion into a mosque after a court ruling annulled its museum status. Islamic prayers resumed, but it remains open to visitors of all faiths, still recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Summary of historical phases. 360 CE First, church built burned. 415 CE Second, church built destroyed in riots. 537 CE Current Hagia Sophia, built by Justinian I. 537-1453, Byzantine Cathedral, 1453-1935, Ottoman Mosque, 1935-2020, Museum, 2020. Present, active mosque again. Transformations over time. Hagia Sophia, Satu. Byzantine era Christian Cathedral, 537-1453 CE, built by Emperor Justinian I in 537 CE as the Great Church of Constantinople, functioned as the largest cathedral of Christianity for nearly 1,000 years, seat of the Ecumenical Patriarch of the Eastern Orthodox Church, hosted imperial coronations and major religious events, famous for its golden mosaics and majestic dome. 2. Ottoman era Imperial Mosque, 145-319-35, in 1453, after the conquest of Constantinople by Sultan Mehmed II the Conqueror, Hagia Sophia was converted into a mosque. Christian features, altars, bells, relics were removed or covered. Islamic features were added. Mihrab prayer, niche facing Mecca, minbar pulpit, 4 minarets added over time, Islamic calligraphy panels with names of Allah, Muhammad, and the Caliph Sri. One of the most important mosques of the Ottoman Empire, inspired the design of many grand mosques, such as the Blue Mosque and Süleymani Mosque. 3. Turkish Republic Museum, era 1935-20, in 1935. Under the order of Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, Hagia Sophia was secularized and converted into a museum. This marked a shift towards modern secular identity in Turkey. Byzantine mosaics, hidden under plaster during the Ottoman period, were uncovered and restored, became one of the most visited museums in the world, attracting millions of tourists each year. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, 1985, as part of Istanbul's historic areas. 4. Reconversion to mosque 2020. Present on the 10th of July 2020, Turkey's Council of State annulled Hagia Sophia's museum status. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan signed a decree to reconvert it into a mosque. Islamic prayers resumed on the 24th of July 2020. Entrance is free of charge. Unlike in the museum era, Christian mosaics remain inside, but are covered with curtains or lights during prayers, still open to tourists outside prayer times, and continues to be a symbol of shared heritage. Quick timeline of transformations. 537-1453 gives Christian Cathedral, Byzantine Empire, 1453-1935. Gives Mosque, Ottoman Empire, 1935-2020. Gives Museum, Turkish Republic, 2020. Present gives Mosque, Modern Turkey architecture and design of Hagia Sophia, Voral style, masterpiece of Byzantine architecture, later influenced by Ottoman additions. known for blending basilica, rectangular church, and centralized dome plan, creating a unique design never seen before in the 6th century, inspired both Christian churches and Islamic mosques for centuries. Exterior design: main structure, rectangular basilica with a massive central dome, dome size diameter, 31 meters, 102 feet height, 55.6 meters, 182 feet. Above floor level, piers to float due to use of pendentives, curved triangular supports, closing parenthesis, minarets: 4. Slender minarets added by Ottoman sultans after 1453, positioned at the corners, giving Hagia Sophia a mosque-like silhouette. Buttresses, strong supports, added in later centuries to stabilize the dome against earthquakes. Interior design: Nave main hall, vast open space under the central dome, symbolizing heaven, light and atmosphere. Dome windows allow light to stream in, giving the illusion of a floating dome. Golden mosaics reflect sunlight and candlelight, creating a spiritual glow. Materials: marble imported from Anatolia, Greece, Syria, and Egypt. Columns from ancient temples. For example, Artemis Temple at Ephesus. Key features: inside dome and semidome: central dome, supported by semidomes on the east and west, gives the building both vertical and horizontal grandeur. Mosaics: Byzantine, Christian mosaics. Christ Pantocrator, Virgin Mary, saints, and emperors, famous works. Desis, mosaic: Christ with Virgin Mary and John the Baptist. Many mosaics covered with plaster during the Ottoman period. Marble decorations: intricate marble panels with colorful veining arranged symmetrically. Pavement includes the Omphalian circular marble area where emperors were crowned. Ottoman additions: mihrab, prayer niche facing Mecca. Minbar, pulpit for Friday sermons. H&Kr Mafali, imperial loge for the Sultan. Large calligraphic medallions, 19th century, with names of Allah, Muhammad, and the 4 CALIPHS. Architectural innovations: pendentives, revolutionary system allowing a circular dome to sit on a square base, became a model for later Byzantine and Ottoman mosques. Acoustics, designed to amplify chants and prayers, giving a spiritual echo. Symbolism: dome symbolized the heavens, light-filled interior symbolized divine presence. Artistic influence inspired later Ottoman mosques, including Süleymani Mosque by Mimar Sinan, Blue Mosque, Sultan Ahmed Mosque, considered a prototype for Renaissance domes in Italy such as Florence. Cathedral and St. Peter's Basilica. Summary table: architecture and design element. Description: architectural style: Byzantine with later Ottoman features. Dome size: 31 meters wide, 55.6 meters. Materials: marble, stone, mosaics, reused ancient columns. Interior: vast nave, golden mosaics, marble pavements. Key features: dome, mosaics, Omphalian, mihrab, minbar, medallions, Ottoman additions, minarets, mihrab, minbar, calligraphy, sultans, low symbolism. Dome equals heavens, light equals divine presence. Notable features of Hagia Sophia. 1. The great dome signature element of Hagia Sophia, diameter 31 meters, 102 feet, gives height 55.6 meters, 182 feet, rests on pendentives, innovative triangular supports, making it appear as if it floats in the air. Described by Byzantine writers as a dome suspended from heaven by a golden chain. Inspired domes of mosques like the Blue Mosque and Süleymani Mosque. are mosaics, among the finest surviving Byzantine artworks, made with tiny gold, glass, and colored stone, tesserae. Famous examples: Desis, mosaic 13th century, Christ enthroned, flanked by Virgin Mary and John the Baptist, the Virgin and Child, in the apse 9th century, symbol of Christianity's return after the period of iconoclasm. Imperial mosaics, Emperors Justinian and Constantine presenting gifts to the Virgin Mary. Many mosaics were plastered over during Ottoman times but uncovered in the museum era. 3. Marble and stonework interior, lined with richly colored marble panels from quarries across the empire. Egypt, Anatolia, Syria, Greece. Columns were reused spolia from ancient temples, including the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus. The marble pavements are patterned in symmetrical designs that reflect Byzantine tastes for harmony and order. 4. Omphalion coronation spot, decorated marble circle on the floor where Byzantine emperors were crowned, considered the sacred center of the Byzantine Empire. 5. Ottoman niche in the apse, indicating the direction of Mecca. Minbar, pulpit used by the imam during sermons. For minarets, added over time by Ottoman sultans. Different architectural styles. Hnkr Mafali Sultan's Lodge, elevated platform for the sultan to pray. Calligraphic medallions, gigantic circular panels 7.5 meters wide, inscribed with names of Allah, Muhammad, and the first caliphs, designed by Ottoman calligrapher Kazaska Mustafa Aytset Efendi in the 19th century. 6. Acoustic designs specially engineered so prayers, chants, and sermons echo beautifully. Sound reverberates in harmony, giving worship a heavenly atmosphere. 7. The weeping column, sweating column, a legendary column believed to have healing powers. Visitors place their thumb inside a hole in the column and rotate it for good luck. 8. Exterior features buttresses, reinforcements added after earthquakes to strengthen the dome. Minarets, tall, slender towers marking its Islamic phase. Also a visual landmark of Istanbul. Summary of notable features. Feature significance: Great Dome architectural masterpiece, floating effect mosaics, Christian art, Desis, Virgin and Child, imperial portraits, marble work. Luxury stones from across the Imperium Phalian Byzantine coronation, Ottoman Addisons, Mihrab, Minbar, minarets, calligraphy acoustics, echo design for spiritual atmosphere. Weeping column believed to bring blessings, and healing. Exterior minarets plus buttresses show Christian-Islamic fusion. Cultural and religious significance of Hagia Sophia. 1. Symbol of Christianity 5371453 CE. For nearly 1,000 years, Hagia Sophia was the greatest Christian cathedral in the world, served as the center of Eastern Orthodox Christianity and seat of the Ecumenical Patriarch, hosted important events such as imperial coronations, ecumenical councils, and religious festivals. Its mosaics of Christ, the Virgin Mary, and saints represented the height of Byzantine spiritual art. 2. Symbol of Islam 1453-1935 CE. And since 2020, after the Ottoman conquest in 1453, Hagia Sophia became an imperial mosque under Sultan Mehmed II, marked the transformation of Constantinople into Istanbul, the capital of the Ottoman Empire. Minarets, mihrab, and minbar turned it into one of the holiest mosques of the empire. Its design inspired the construction of iconic mosques, such as the Blue Mosque and Suleimani Mosque, Since Aling, it has again functioned as a mosque, while remaining open to visitors. 3. Crossroads of civilizations, Sophia embodies the fusion of East and West, Christianity and Islam, Roman and Ottoman traditions. A world monument showing how architecture and faith adapt across different eras, represents continuity of empires. Roman gives Byzantine, gives Ottoman, gives Turkish. Republic, for cultural importance, declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1985 as part of Istanbul's historic areas, attracts millions of visitors annually, making it one of the most visited landmarks in the world, an enduring subject of art, literature, and scholarship, a symbol of Istanbul itself, appearing in countless paintings, photographs, and travel accounts. 5. Political and symbolic Rollage transformation of Hagia Sophia reflects shifts in political and religious power. Byzantine Christian Empire gives Ottoman Muslim Empire gives secular Turkish Republic gives modern Islamic Turkey its status. Church, mosque, museum. Mosque again has been at the center of international debate, showing its global symbolic weight. 6. Spiritual symbolism. Dome represents the heavens and divine order. Light-filled interior, symbol of God's presence. Dual identity. Serves as a reminder of religious coexistence and shared heritage of humanity. Summary table. Cultural and religious significance. Significance: Christian era center of Eastern Orthodoxy. Greatest cathedral. Islamic era imperial mosque. Inspired Ottoman architecturist Vilayet role fusion of East and West. Christian and Islamic traditions. Cultural value UNESCO World Heritage Site. Global tourism icon. Political role symbol of shifting empires and modern debates. Meaning: dome equals heavens, light equals divine presence. Visitor information. Hagia Sophia location address Sultanahmet Square, Fatih, Istanbul, Turkey. Situated in Istanbul's historic peninsula, directly across from the Blue Mosque Sultan Ahmed Mosque and near Topkapi Palace. Easily accessible by tram, bus, or on foot from central Istanbul. Opening hours daily, open year-round. Prayer times, closed to tourists during Muslim prayer times, 5 times daily. Best to visit between prayer sessions, usually late morning or mid-afternoon. Friday prayers. Jumu'ah, expect larger crowds and temporary restrictions for visitors. Entry. 5 free of charge since reconversion into a mosque in 2020. Previously required a ticket when it was a museum. Dress code, as Hagia Sophia is an active mosque. Modest attire is required. Women, headscarf required. Shoulders, arms, and legs must be covered. Scarves are available at the entrance if needed. Men should avoid shorts above the knee. Modest clothing recommended. Shoes must be removed before entering. Plastic bags are provided to carry them. Photography allowed, but with respect. No tripods or drones permitted inside. Avoid photographing people in prayer. Visitor etiquette: remain quiet and respectful inside. Do not cross into areas reserved for prayer during service times. Non-Muslim visitors are welcome to observe, but not to participate in prayers. How to get there: by tram. Take the T1 tram line to Sultanahmet Station, 2 to 3 minute walk. Closing parenthesis, by bus metro. Various public transport options connect to Sultanahmet Square. On foot, located in the heart of Istanbul's old city. Walkable from nearby historic sites. Best time to visit: early morning after Fajr prayer or late afternoon before evening prayer. For fewer crowds. Avoid midday, especially during summer, as it can be very crowded with tour groups. Evening visits provide a magical view when Hagia Sophia and surrounding monuments are illuminated. Facilities: restrooms, available nearby outside the mosque complex. Shops and cafes, located in square. Guided tours, available with licensed tour guides in Istanbul. Tips for visitors: plan around prayer times for uninterrupted sightseeing. Wear socks since shoes must be removed. Be mindful of crowds, especially during weekends and holidays. Consider a combined visit with Blue Mosque, Basilica Cistern, and Topkapi Palace, all within walking distance. Quick visitor info table feature. Details: status, active mosque and UNESCO World Heritage Site entry. Free opening hours, open daily. Closed during prayer times. Dress code: modest clothing. Women cover head. Best time to visit: early morning or late afternoon, nearby attractions. Blue Mosque, Basilica Cistern. Modern challenges and preservation. Hagia Sophia 1. Structural challenges. Earthquakes. Istanbul is in a seismically active zone. The massive dome has collapsed and been rebuilt several times, notably in 558, 989, 1346. Modern experts continue to monitor the stability of the dome and minarets. Aging materials, marble, mosaics and stonework have survived for 1,500 years, but are vulnerable to erosion, humidity, and vibrations from millions of visitors. 2. Preservation of Christian and Islamic heritage. Hagia Sophia houses Byzantine mosaics, Christian and Ottoman calligraphy and architecture. Islamic. The challenge: how to protect both while it functions as a mosque. During prayer, Christian mosaics must be covered with curtains or lights. Restorers must ensure coverings do not damage fragile mosaics. Debate continues over restoration. Priorities: should more mosaics be uncovered, or should Islamic heritage dominate? 3. Tourism versus worship. One of the most visited landmarks in Turkey, Hagia Sophia attracts millions of tourists annually. Since reconversion to a mosque in 2020, entrance is free. But heavy foot traffic risks damaging marble floors and mosaics. Visitors must be restricted during prayer times, creating crowd management challenges. Balancing religious function with tourism demand remains a delicate issue. Point 4. Political and international debate. Sophia's status change in 2020 from museum gives mosque sparked global debate. UNESCO expressed concern about heritage preservation. Some argued its museum role symbolized interfaith harmony. Others viewed its mosque status as reclaiming Ottoman heritage. The building remains at the center of political and cultural identity. Discussions in Turkey and worldwide. 5. Conservation efforts, continuous monitoring and restoration. Projects are carried out by Turkish authorities. International conservationists stress the need for protecting mosaics with non-invasive methods, limiting humidity and light damage, installing modern preservation technologies. Collaboration with UNESCO and global experts is crucial, given Hagia Sophia's World Heritage status. 6. Environmental and urban pressures. Pollution, urban growth, and vibrations from heavy city traffic near Sultanahmet Square pose risks. Climate factors, rain, humidity, temperature changes affect marble cracking and mosaic fading. Summary table: modern challenges and preservation. Challenge: details, structural risks, dome and minarets, vulnerable to earthquakes. Heritage: balance, protecting both. Mosaics and Islamic calligraphy, tourism versus worship, managing millions of visitors, plus prayer times, political debate, status as mosque versus museum, sparks global concern, conservation needs, advanced restoration, climate control, UNESCO cooperation, urban environmental pollution, humidity, city vibrations, Hagia Sophia, summary table, category details, name Hagia Sophia, in Turkish location, Sultanahmet Square, Fatih, Istanbul, Turkey, built 532 to 537, see founder Emperor Justinian I. Byzantine Empire architects, Anthemius of Tralles and Isidore of Miletus, original purpose, Eastern Orthodox. Cathedral, Christianity, transformations, Cathedral 5371453, gives Mosque 1453 to 1935, gives Museum 1935 to 2020, gives Mosque 2020 present. Architectural style, Byzantine, with later Ottoman Adisansky, features Great Dome 31 meters wide, 55 meters high, golden mosaics, marble panels, Omphalian coronation spot, Ottoman minarets, mihrab, minbar, huge calligraphy, medallions, cultural significance, symbol of East-West fusion. Christianity and Islam, UNESCO World Heritage, significant center of Eastern Orthodoxy for 1,000 years. Major Ottoman Imperial Mosque. Active mosque, today UNESCO status, part of historic areas of Istanbul, 1985. Visitor info, open daily. Free entry, closed during prayer times. Modest dress, required annual visitors, millions yearly, exact numbers, very post-2020 modern. Challenges, earthquake, risks, preservation of mosaics and calligraphy, tourism versus worship, balance, political debates, environmental damage. Ending note, Hagia Sophia stands as a timeless masterpiece where empires, religions, and cultures converge. From its origins as the crowning jewel of the Byzantine Empire, to its transformation into the Ottoman Empire's Grand Mosque, and its role as a museum symbolizing shared human heritage, Hagia Sophia has never ceased to inspire awe. Today, as an active mosque and UNESCO World Heritage Monument, it remains both a place of worship and a living museum of history. Its immense dome, glittering mosaics, and sacred atmosphere remind the world of humanity's ability to create beauty that transcends faith, politics, and time. More than just stone and marble, Hagia Sophia is a bridge between civilizations, monument that tells the story of continuity, change, and the shared legacy of mankind. It is not only a treasure of Turkey, but a heritage of the entire world.